Daoud, let me put this one to you. How many points do you think Arsenal can afford to drop to win this league?
Oh, that is a very, very tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I think when Brendan was speaking about Man City and grinding out 1-0 wins, I think City have been very fortunate to win, the last two games. I think with the Brentford game, they relied on a mistake from the Brentford centre-back for Haaland scoring one-on-one. The Bournemouth game, Bournemouth had so many clear-cut chances to even equalise in that game. I think Man City have been hanging on in these games. I think that's something that we were doing last season, where we were getting lucky in so many games. For example, the Aston Villa away game, when we got that last minute, deflection when Jorginho took the shot, came off Martinez's back, went in the goal. The Bournemouth game, we had to rely on a special goal from Reece Nelson. I think Man City are doing something similar where they're just getting the early goal and then literally just relying on, not making a mistake and the team missing their chances. So I think Man City will drop points. But with Liverpool, depending on what happens to Salah, what happens to all the injuries, if they don't come back anytime soon, I think Liverpool might drop points as well. And it's not in that situation where we have to win every single game. I think, Kenny, you said we have to win every single game. I don't know if that's necessarily right, because we might be able to afford to lose a game and probably draw another game, and we can still win the league. But that Man City game is a 3-point turn for each team. And if we don't lose them, say again.
I see where you're coming from. You are right, but I still think after what happened last season, we have to have that attitude where we've got to sleep with one eye open.
Definitely. Yeah.
You've got to be pessimistic, not about Arsenal, pessimistic about the other side. You've got to assume that that Salah's going to come back from injury. So's Nunez, and so's Slobosly and all that, and they're going a little bit better. And Trent had a brace in his, so I don't think that's going to be a while. But Conor Bradley's playing well, so you have to assume they are going to get. They may get their players back from Nottingham Forest. They may win that game. Then they've got other games. And then Man City, everyone's conceded that Man City's going to peak towards the end of the season. I look at Arsenal. I think we can't give any of our opponents any loopholes or any ways to try and run away with it. I think
true.
You have
to look into the factor.
The end of the season.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to look into the factor. If we do go past Porto in the Champions League, we haven't won the Champions League ever. I think if we get to the quarterfinal, semi-final, these players might have their eye on the Champions League, and it might be a situation where we're playing. Imagine a Bayern Munich on a Wednesday, but we've got a Premier League game on the weekend. They might have their eye on that Champions League game, thinking, I've never played the Champions League semi-final, I've never played Champions League quarterfinal. I think against Porto, 10 of the players that started was their first ever knockout game in the Champions League. So it's one of those situations where these players have never played Champions League football. And if we do progress past Porto, and we might, say, it's only, Sheffield United away, or for example, it's only Everton at home, or the games that we have remaining, and then we do have a Bayern Munich, it might be one of the situations where the players might think, I don't want to get injured for that Bayern Munich game. I don't want to get injured for that massive Champions League game. And they might, it might have an effect on us. So what do you want? Do you want us to go find the Champions League? If we do go find the Champions League, we're definitely going to drop points in the Premier League. But if we do go out early in the Champions League, then we've got no excuses to really go for it in the Premier League.
Do you think, boys, right? This is an open question, right, to you all. Do you think we can afford to drop any more than 4 points if we want to win the league?
I don't know. I don't think you can afford to even drop that many points. I think 2 is the maximum. And the only reason I say 2 is because of that Man City game. You can if you go to the Etihad, we have to come away with something. So if we come away with a point, that's 2 points dropped. And I think that's the maximum that we can afford to drop. Because of Liverpool, because of the fact that it's a 3-horse race.
How many points are left? There's 12 games. That's 3 times
36 points. 36 points.
36 points remaining. How many points do we currently have? 57. 57.
Yeah, Man City got 58. Liverpool got 59.
Yeah, 57. Yeah.
I think because it's a 3-horse race. And
58. We got 58. We got 58, and there's 36 left, so it's 94 we could end on.
Okay,
Yeah,
we don't need 94 points to win the league this season. We need about like 87 to 90. So that means we could afford to drop potentially 4 to 5 points.
If we do drop 4
who?
points, Gal, we'll finish on 91 points.
The reason why I say that, Tottenham play all three of our teams, and we know City have a hoodoo going to Tottenham's ground. Then you have Liverpool also playing Tottenham. We also play Tottenham. Manchester United face two of the teams, Liverpool and Arsenal. And do they play City? I think they might play City.
They play City
also.
next game.
Right? Then you also have Liverpool playing City, City playing Arsenal. So we're looking at it from our perspective, guys. But if we look at the running for all three of us, City have the hardest running, but they have the experience. Liverpool have an injury crisis, but they have the experience. Arsenal might be the inexperienced side, but we're currently playing the best and we're the most equipped for this situation. We have our squad fully ready, back healthy. We have Thomas Partey coming back. We're playing the best, and you guys are consistently talking about all the things that could go wrong, but look at all the things that are going in our favor at this moment in time. The momentum's on our side. We just need to keep the ball rolling. I hope
you left that one team, Miguel.
I hope Leeds beat Chelsea, so the Chelsea game doesn't get moved. Because if the Chelsea game gets moved, that's going to mess us up. Because that's going to be another game being added to the end of the fixture list.
That could be the same for the rest of them. Because that could affect them as well. Because I'm assuming Man City are going to beat Luton today. I'm assuming Liverpool are going to beat Southampton, which means
Man City is going to beat Luton today.
All the games are going to be moved, so everyone's going to have the same sort of thing. I think another team that I think we neglected to mention, who I think are going to be kingmakers, because you've named Man United as kingmakers, you've named Spurs as kingmakers. I think Aston Villa could be kind of kingmakers as well, because we got Pep Villa at home, Man City got to play them at home, and I think they still got to play Liverpool at
away.
Can I share this? Dan?
Yeah, that's going to be some kingmakers as well.
If you show everybody, this is the running. You have Arsenal on the far right, Liverpool on Arsenal on the left, on the right, Liverpool on the left, City in the middle. So as you can see right there, I'm telling you guys right now, the fact that we've already come off the back of that Newcastle result, we're looking into our fixtures going forward. I'm not too concerned. Liverpool shouldn't.
Man City have the hardest fixtures. They do have the hardest ones. I think Man City will definitely drop points. Liverpool got the easiest fixtures, but that depends on how many injuries they have, going into the season. I think they've got 10 injuries right now, and there's a picture of Endo.
Is Man United away easy for Liverpool? Is Man United away easy for Liverpool?
Shouldn't be.
It should be.
No.
I mean, if you look
the reality is the reason why Liverpool have the easiest schedule, because besides Villa, Tottenham, Manchester United, and City, it's relatively easy.
They've got Tottenham at home. Liverpool always beat Spurs at home. I think
you say that, but if you look at their last four fixtures, West Ham away, that won't be easy for them. I know West Ham haven't been the greatest, but they normally tend to peak at the end of the season. West Ham, they tend to be all right at the end of the season.
I think they're pretty. I think all three of them are easy. All three of them are very, very similar.
Villa away, they are.
I don't think any of those teams that we're mentioning here, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal, I don't look and go, "Oh wow, how lucky are they? Look at that easy fixture run." I really don't. Like Arsenal have got to go to Man City away, Brighton away, Wolves away, Spurs away, and Man United away. That's difficult. Man City, they've got some horrible games there. They've got a Man United derby. They've got Anfield. They've got Brighton away. That's difficult. They've got us to welcome at the Etihad. They've obviously got Spurs where they never go and do well at. Fulham away ain't no easy game either, by the way, as we found out this year. And then Liverpool, I've got Man City, obviously. Brighton, again. Brighton, a game that everyone's got to play them as well. Man United, that's difficult. Fulham, I've just mentioned. Tottenham, Villa.
Merseyside derby, though. What about the Merseyside derby, Dan? You forgot the Merseyside derby.
Yeah, exactly. Merseyside derby. Honestly, I don't think any of those teams I look at now, right, and go, I wish I had their fixtures, or I wish I had them fixtures. We've all got it hard, man. We've all got it hard. So I don't know, man. It's
puts it in perspective, eh? I think as fans,
really
we're as Arsenal fans, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at our own situation, judge our own situation, and we can only take control of what we control. I think going forward, from now to the end of the season, I agree with Brendan to a certain degree. We cannot drop many points, but
I think
going
4.
into-
I think 4, and we can't drop any more than that. Honestly,
but where we have
is
to
the
make
90.
sure where we're going to secure the league is against those big teams, against Manchester United, City, and Tottenham. We maximize points against those guys. I am comfortable and hopeful that we will win the rest of our games.
Yeah.
Yeah.